You don't need another opinion. You don't need another sign or book or breakthrough. What you need is already within you, waiting to be spoken. There is a sentence, a divine code in word form, that when spoken, doesn't just suggest a path, it creates one. One sentence that rearranges time. One sentence that calls back power. One sentence that whispers, not from outside, but from the sacred place inside you. The place where God wrote your instructions before you arrived. You may have called it instinct, or gut, or knowing, but it is none of those. It is deeper, older, lawful. It is what moves mountains without force, opens doors without knocking, changes lives without effort. And before this message ends, you will speak the sentence. You will not guess it. You will know it. You will not force it. You will feel it. This sentence is not motivation. It is not poetry. It is not philosophy. It is divine architecture, a spiritual key. And when spoken, it activates something few people ever access, heaven's inner instruction. But here's the truth. Most people live stuck, not because there is no way forward, but because they never received the inner rhythm of direction. They analyze, they overthink, they loop through decisions, waiting for lightning clarity, and yet nothing moves, because nothing moves until you speak. There is a sentence, but it is not for entertainment. It is not for curiosity. It is for the one who is ready to end the loop and begin the leading. This is not the voice of chance. This is the voice of command. Stay close. Because before this message ends, you will have what your soul has been craving. Not another option, but direction. Not another question, but clarity. Not more effort, but effortless alignment. Let us begin. Before we go deeper, if you're new here, welcome. This channel is a sanctuary for those who walk by spiritual law. If you'd like to receive more divine instruction, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a shift. You are not confused. You are being calibrated. The delay is not denial. It is the absence of alignment. You do not need another opinion. You do not need another strategy. You do not need more data. What you need is divine precision. Most people ask for direction, but do not create space for it. They chase signs, flip coins, consult calendars, and still remain unclear. Not because spirit is silent, but because their signal is scattered. The law is perfect, but it is not loud. It responds not to noise, but to alignment. This is the law of divine precision. And this law states, once your spirit aligns with true direction, no step is wasted, no choice is random, and no delay survives the decree. Heaven does not hesitate. When divine precision is activated, your next move appears. Not through logic, but through law. Direction is not something you create. It is something you receive. It is not guessed. It is given. And once given, it governs everything. Stay with me, because by the time this message ends, you will know how to activate this law, not in theory, but in demonstration. You may feel like you've tried everything: journaling, therapy, planning, praying, waiting. But the truth is, you have not yet spoken the sentence that ends hesitation, the sentence that opens the way. Let me be clear. You are not lost. You are simply unaligned. Direction already exists. The blueprint is finished. Your next step is not hidden. It is prepared. But until you command it into motion, you will feel like you're circling an invisible truth. Because spirit does not move on emotion. It moves on instruction. And you are about to receive it. There is a sacred word I will introduce soon, a word that few understand but all crave. That word is the essence of today's transformation. But first, you must understand the law that surrounds it. Think of it this way. A ship is not powerful because of its engine. It is powerful because of its rudder. The thing that seems smallest, direction, governs the thing that seems strongest, momentum. Your life has power, but it lacks precision. Not because you are wrong, but because your instruction is dormant. And today, we awaken it. You will hear things in this message that sound like confirmation. You'll feel things in your body that register as, yes, that's it. And that's not motivation. That is recognition. It is heaven's echo. It is divine counsel preparing to speak. There is a verse I return to again and again when I speak of this law. Not because it shouts, but because it knows. It simply says, you will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way. Walk in it. That is not poetry. That is precision. That is how divine counsel operates. So stay close. Because the instruction you've needed is not about to be found. It's about to be revealed. And when it is, you will speak one sentence. Not as a suggestion, not as a wish, but as a law. And the moment you do, your direction will become clear, and your next move will be undeniable. That sentence is coming. The activation is near. And the law of divine precision, will not return void. Let us continue. Most people are not lacking ideas. They are lacking instruction. They have inspiration, intuition, desire, but no direction. They write affirmations that do not manifest. They make plans that do not prosper. They wait for signs that never come. Not because they are blocked, but because they are uninstructed. Their prayers echo in chambers of confusion. Their movement is frantic, not focused. Their energy is sincere, but scattered. Why? Because they do not yet understand the power of the word, not the word that pleads, not the word that hopes, the word that instructs. And that word, the essence of this moment, is instruction. Instruction is not advice. It is not a tip. It is not guidance from the mind. It is divine sequence. It is spiritual GPS. It does not merely suggest, it sends. When spirit instructs, it does not explain. When heaven speaks, it does not negotiate. It says, do this, go there, speak now, wait, move. And the moment you obey, without hesitation, without questioning, the demonstration begins. Instruction is the voice behind you saying, this is the way. Walk in it. It is the divine blueprint speaking through your next breath. And until that word is received and spoken, your steps will feel uncertain. Not because you are out of time, but because you are out of rhythm. Instruction carries rhythm. It has a divine cadence, a pulse you were born to walk in. And right now, in this very moment, that rhythm is being restored to you. This is not about hearing a voice from the clouds. This is not about waiting for fire from the sky. This is about trusting that what you need to know next is already finished. The instruction is already prepared. The sentence is already written. The step is already laid out. And when you align with that reality, when you speak from that conviction, the instruction reveals itself, not in concept, but in clarity, not in theory, but in path. Let this word sink in. Instruction. Because what's coming next, the sentence that will rewire your inner compass, is not just a phrase. It is divine instruction, prepared in advance, waiting for your participation. And when you speak it, not with fear, but with faith, it will activate the law. It will shift the room. It will end confusion. and you will know your next move within 24 hours. Let us continue. There's a moment, quiet but undeniable, when something inside begins to tilt. It is not loud, it is not flashy, it is subtle, but it is real. It feels like a breath deeper than usual, a silence that isn't empty, but full, a pause that carries weight. This is the moment just before alignment, just before revelation, just before the sentence rises. You may feel it now, a loosening of the mind's grip, a release of the need to figure it all out, a surrender not to passivity, but to presence. Because clarity does not come to those who grasp. It comes to those who receive. And in this moment, you are receiving. The sentence is near. You have moved through the fog. You have passed through the frustration. You have crossed the threshold of trying and entered the atmosphere of knowing. This is the inner hush before the divine whisper. This is the chamber where spirit speaks. And the sentence, the one that aligns your path, rewires your inner compass, and initiates divine precision, is not just about words. It is about frequency. It must be spoken in rhythm, in reverence, in full agreement with the law. And now, because you've made room, it is ready to be revealed. This is not a mantra. This is not a chant. This is not a motivational line. This is an instruction wrapped in breath, a command written in heaven and waiting on your lips. So still yourself. Prepare to receive. Because in the next chapter, the sentence will be given. And once spoken, rhythmically, faithfully, without contradiction, it will activate the law of divine precision. And within 24 hours, clarity will move. Let us continue. This is the moment. You are not here by accident. You have not arrived at this chapter merely to listen. You are here to activate. What you are about to speak is not a phrase. It is not poetry. It is not affirmation. It is instruction, sacred, specific, supernatural. And when you say it aloud, not in fear, but in rhythm, you activate a law older than time, but as present as breath. Here is the sentence. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. Say it slowly. Let the syllables settle into your spirit. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. Why does this work? Because within this sentence, 3 spiritual laws converge. 1, the law of readiness. I now receive. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer guessing. You are open, aligned, and receptive. 2, the law of instruction. The divine instruction prepared for me. This is not information. This is not advice. This is the exact sequence of your next step, already prepared, already aligned, now arriving. 3, the law of immediate revelation. My next move is revealed within 24 hours. Not because you are rushing, but because revelation flows at the speed of alignment, not effort. And finally, the source of this precision, the spirit of counsel. Not human advice, not mental calculation, but divine counsel, the holy guide promised, the whisper behind your decisions, the voice that says, this is the way. You now call on it. You now walk in it. Let this be your decree for the next 24 hours. Morning, noon, evening, midnight. Speak it aloud, write it, breathe it, walk in it, and let no word of contradiction exit your lips. Say it again. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. Do not rush it. Do not water it down. Do not explain it. Speak it as law, because it is. And once spoken, all of heaven hears. Let us continue. A sentence is not power if spoken once and forgotten. It becomes power through rhythm, through sacred repetition that carves new grooves in the spirit. What you declare once can shift the atmosphere, but what you declare consistently rewires reality. This is not about superstition. This is spiritual synchronization. The sentence you spoke, I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. It is not just a decree, it is a design. And every time you repeat it, with reverence, not ritual, the blueprint strengthens, the signal clears, the instruction gets louder. You must not contradict it. Do not say, I receive, and then an hour later say, I don't know what to do. Do not declare clarity in the morning and then broadcast confusion by night. The law moves at the speed of agreement, and every word you speak either fuels your alignment or fractures it. For the next 24 hours, guard your mouth like a gate. Let only instruction pass through. Let only alignment speak. And trust this. The moment you enter into rhythm, heaven enters into movement. You may begin to notice whispers of direction, not shouts, but nudges. An idea, a name, a sudden peace about a step you once feared. Do not analyze these moments. Honor them. Write them down. Follow the thread. Because these are not coincidences. They are confirmations. This is how the spirit of counsel speaks. Not with panic, but with peace. And the peace will multiply the more you repeat your decree. Say it now, again, and again. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. Let this sentence become your rhythm, your root, your regulation, not once, not twice, but as often as needed to override doubt and reinforce divine precision. The rhythm is the runway. The sentence is the spark. And what comes next will not be random. It will be revealed. Let us continue. Clarity rarely enters with a trumpet. It slips in like a whisper. It moves like a nudge. It often feels like a memory you're just now remembering. The spirit of counsel does not need volume to be valid. It speaks in ways that bypass logic and land directly in the knowing place of your soul. So how will you know your sentence is working? Look for these signs. A thought that returns with weight. A peace that arrives without explanation. A yes that feels settled even when you don't have all the answers. A conversation that confirms your direction. A door that opens not through effort, but through ease. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. When you activate the law of divine precision through your sentence, I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. You initiate a chain reaction in the unseen. Your environment begins to respond. People, places, and opportunities subtly rearrange themselves to reflect the alignment of your spirit. But here's the key. You must remain tuned to peace. Why peace? Because peace is the signature of the spirit of counsel. It is how divine instruction validates itself. If what you feel is pressure, confusion, or panic, pause. That is not counsel. That is control masquerading as urgency. When direction is divine, it is clear, not always comfortable, not always logical, but always clear. This is why rhythm matters, because in the rhythm of your repeated decree, you train your awareness to recognize spiritual guidance. You stop looking for lightning and start listening for light. And that light, the light of knowing, of confirming, of next stepping, begins to shine exactly where it's needed. So notice the shift. You're no longer frantic. You're focused. You're no longer asking, what if? You're saying, what's next? You're no longer begging for signs. You're walking in them. This is the evidence of alignment. And as you continue to speak the sentence, morning, noon, evening, midnight, you will not just see signs, you will become one. Let this be your posture. I do not chase answers. I attract alignment. I do not force outcomes. I follow instruction. I do not guess my way forward. I receive, I respond, I release. Let this be your rhythm. Let this be your recognition. Because the spirit of counsel is not coming. It is here. And now that you are aligned, your next step is near. Let us continue. Even after the sentence is spoken, fear may visit. Not because you are failing, but because you are transforming. Fear is the echo of old programming. The mind, untrained in law, will reach for the familiar. It will question the silence. It will analyze the peace. It will ask, what if I'm wrong? But hear me. Fear is not a prophecy. It is a pattern, and patterns are broken not by force, but by rhythm. So when fear speaks, you do not argue. You respond. With what? With your sentence, with your truth, with the voice of spiritual law. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. Say it again, not as a chant, not to calm anxiety, but as a recentering. You are not convincing the universe. You are reminding your mind that you no longer bow to confusion. You govern by counsel. Each time you speak the sentence in the face of fear, you build new grooves in the brain, new rhythms in the body, new atmospheres in your spirit. This is spiritual architecture. The sentence is not just vibration, it is a structural correction. It realigns your internal compass with what is already prepared. So do not panic when fear returns. Expect it, but expect more from your alignment. When fear rises, pause, breathe, speak slowly, rhythmically, with reverence. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. Say it with command, not concern. Say it as if heaven has already heard you, because it has. Say it as if law is already moving, because it is. And then continue. Continue your day. Continue your work. Continue your receiving, because fear is not a wall. It is only a veil, and you have the voice to pass through it. Let us continue. Divine instruction is not passive. It does not come to inspire. It comes to ignite. You were never meant to just hear counsel. You were meant to walk in it. The spirit of counsel does not provide endless options. It provides precision. But precision without obedience becomes delay. The law has moved, but now the step is yours. The moment the sentence is spoken, I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the spirit of counsel. A bridge appears, not a roadmap, a bridge. And that bridge demands a footstep. It may look small, it may feel uncertain, but the moment you act on what you received, the timelines collapse. Obedience is not blind. Obedience is trust in what has already been revealed. The spirit of counsel guides with simplicity. The world confuses with complexity. Choose your rhythm wisely. You'll know the step. It won't beg for your attention. It will feel like a yes you've always known. Not loud, not forced, but undeniable. Obedience is not control. Obedience is cooperation with law. When you act on divine instruction, confusion dissolves, delays are dismantled, provision arrives, doors open by law. This is why obedience is acceleration. Not because it earns anything, but because it aligns everything. One move, one message, one call, one decision that honors the instruction you received. And the acceleration begins. You are not waiting for God to move. God is waiting for you to trust what you already heard. And the moment you obey, the sentence becomes your structure. So say it once more. Not to receive, but to reaffirm. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the Spirit of counsel. And then move. Move as one who is governed. Move as one who is guided. Move as one who knows. I am not figuring it out. I am following the voice. This is divine obedience, and it always accelerates. Let us continue. Now that you have spoken, walk. Walk not as one who hopes, but as one who has. Walk not as one who waits, but as one who is already walking in rhythm with the Spirit of counsel. The sentence is no longer just a decree. It is a path beneath your feet. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the Spirit of counsel. This sentence is not just a moment of clarity. It is your operating system. You no longer guess. You govern. You no longer stall. You step. You no longer beg for confirmation. You breathe with conviction. Because now you know the law is not activated by striving. It is activated by spiritual alignment. You have aligned. And now the unseen is moving, shifting, delivering. You are not alone. You are not late. You are not confused. You are counseled. Every breath, every pause, every whisper of intuition, it's instruction. Your only job is to listen and live like the one who heard. Walk with dignity, walk with rhythm, walk with power. Say it again. I now receive the divine instruction prepared for me. My next move is revealed within 24 hours by the Spirit of counsel. Let it be your sentence. Let it be your seal. Let it be your structure. Because the moment you speak it and move in it, your life rewires. And every step from here becomes a demonstration of divine alignment. So I ask you, what instruction are you carrying right now? Don't wait to be perfect. Don't wait to be sure. Speak. Step. Seal. Because when you walk as one who is counseled, the whole world follows your lead. And so it is. Thank you for listening. If this message stirred something within you, take a moment to breathe it in and speak it aloud. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so now and tap the notification bell so you never miss a moment of divine instruction. This isn't just a channel, it's a current. Stay in the rhythm. And as always, speak, align, receive,